Why don't we have everybody up on stage
Yeah,
that's going to present?
Robert.
Come on up. So, we have all the slides on here queued up. Ready? All right, so we've heard about outsourcing and partnerships and the idea that there's going to need to be a variety of tools and services offered beyond the scope of the traditional products, which is already happening. But what we now have are three, call them vendor presentations or would-be partner presentations in different areas, and I'm not going to do justice to their products. One is a sales and engagement tool, one is a SEM management platform, and then, of course, website building. So who among you is going to go first? Okay, great. And I have no idea who you are, so I won't introduce you. All right, but the applause would be welcome regardless.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Santosh. I'm one of the founders of Sokrati, and we build ad technology platform to enable yellow pages companies and SME agencies to take their clients online through digital advertising. We are also one of the largest Google PSP partners in India, and most of the yellow pages companies in India and SME agencies work with us. Today I'm here to present to APAC our platform and see if we can provide efficiency in cost and time for you to be able to manage your SME agencies. We all know serving SMEs is no piece of cake. It has a maximum churn, however good your service may be. It requires constant education, though they may know about Google and Facebook, but to get them to try the online space and try the online AdWords is going to take hard to get there. It's rightly a very cash-sensitive segment. Every dollar spent is their hard-earned money, and as a result, they seek immediate results. Please note these two numbers. To manage your SME client, if you're spending more than $14 a month per SME, or are spending more than 2 hours per month per SME, then probably a platform can help you get better at the efficiency. The $14 should include the cost of acquisition, the cost of onboarding a client, the cost of managing a client, as well as the cost of service termination. So here we are. So Sokrati is a feature-rich platform. We built it from scratch. And our platform is essentially built so that your clients would love you every day, essentially. Our platform lets you create websites and microsites within an hour. It lets you advertise on Google, Facebook, Yahoo, and Bing. It can track conversions through phone calls and online form fills, and further optimize the marketing budgets so that your clients can reap benefits from lower costs to acquisition. You also have the choice to actually use a reporting dashboard, expose them to your clients, where the clients can see the daily performance packs, as well as the leads and the conversions through our LMS. I have a brochure that's out there in your folder. Apologies for the slight smudged up logo of ours. It has come out pretty well here, but the logo looks pretty absurd in there. It's printed. There are 70 copies already printed out there, so I really can't change it. So that's why I like the online ads. You can change it any time. You can make customized changes and get them to reflect to as per your needs, essentially. Let me start with a case study of a Yellow Pages company that we work with. The agency had presence in 6 metros in India. Per metro, they had about 2 on-ground sales representatives and 3 telesales. In total, they had about 30 sales representatives to acquire clients. They have a centralized account management team of 5 people. As a business policy, they would only take on clients who can spend more than $200 to meet effective ROI. The challenges they faced were inability to scale to a large customer base. They had a huge turnaround time in onboarding a client as well as managing and answering the client questions. And eventually they started losing clients and the customer and the confidence went down essentially. So in about June 2013, they started evaluating our platform, and they have reaped good amount of benefits from the same. They achieved about 75% reduction in cost of acquisition. We have a system for an outbound IVR to capture potential clients through cold calls. So you just feed in the numbers, and the system starts dialing and starts capturing the potential customers who may accept your offer. And once the offer is accepted, a tele-salesperson is informed who can choose to immediately onboard the client or warm up the client further so that the on-ground sales representative can close the client. They had about 77% reduction in onboarding cost. This was achieved because you could create a website through our platform in less than an hour. The sales representative can go to the client directly, a restaurant or a dentist, and sit in front of him, take pictures of the restaurant, and create the website in less than an hour. And once the site is created, launching the campaigns for those accounts becomes straightforward. It takes less than 10 minutes to go live. You can imagine the smile on the client's face once the website goes live. They have their own little entity online now. They had about 70% reduction in maintenance cost. Through most of the accounts are usually on the autopilot mode because there are real-time optimizations happening because we listen to the spends as well as the conversions. And due to this, a good amount of optimizations happen right away. Automated client notifications are sent to the client so that the client is updated of what is happening on their accounts. And because there is less amount of manual intervention and most of it is automated, they had about 83% reduction in errors. And due to budget notifications or constant optimizations, they have accounts that are less than 20% idle. What I mean by this is, there are those accounts out there who are not functioning at this time because the budget has completely depleted. So that scenario was further reduced. Eventually, 20% of the accounts are idle essentially. It's not just a reduction in cost, it's an uptake in revenue. Many times, I've heard account managers say that the client had set aside $500 a month for their marketing campaigns, but they could end up spending only $300. This is 40% revenues that you could have earned but have missed out upon. Our system ensures that the client budgets are spent exactly as the client wanted it to be, not a penny more, not a penny less. And it also staggers the spend such that it is profitable for the client. For example, if say Mondays work better for a restaurant than Sundays, which is actually weird, but if it does, then it'll actually split the spends accordingly and make the maximum money go towards Mondays. That gives them better conversions. In the past, they were working only on Google search. There is a whole new thing out there with display and Facebook. This they have recently expanded to for the same customer base. They are now offering the service to more than one channel. And all of this happens to 10-minute launches. So in essence, they had an expansion of business. Now that their cost of acquisition and managing a client is far less, they are now even signing up $100 clients. The longevity of a client had increased. In the past, it was about 2 months. And since the time we've been working, we noticed it's at least about 4 months. It's still, the relationship is still mature. So they actually almost were able to cap their churn, essentially. So while I went through most of the benefits, I'll just cover the rest in a jiffy. So through our ad call, you could actually do outbound IVRs. You can also have an inbound IVR to accept potential customers who can reach out to you and sign up themselves. The leads are assigned automatically to your sales representatives who can then close the clients. And if you choose to, you can let your client sign up himself over the idea. You can launch a site within an hour. You can launch campaigns across Google, Facebook, Yahoo in 10 minutes. A sales representative or a client himself can sign up himself essentially. Through the autopilot, most of the clients are on autopilot as I mentioned, and through optimizations, hardly any account needs to be looked upon. There are automated alerts that go to account managers who are then able to handle the accounts, bring the problem clients back to normal. The budget regulator maximizes the spend, and now since we maximize the spend, we also send budget alerts to the client so that they replenish their budget without depletion in funds. The client has his own little interface that they can make changes upon to their marketing budgets. Custom notifications are sent to the client, so the client knows exactly what's happening with their accounts. To the custom dashboard, they're able to track the stats and the leads that are coming through the platform. You can listen to phone conversations. You can actually answer your online inquiries to the platform. In essence, the account management time had gone down significantly. Let me show it to you in action.
Meet Michael. Michael owns the Golden Dragon Keeper. Every afternoon, Michael stands outside his restaurant and invites people to come and try his tips. The only problem is, so do his neighbors, and their neighbors, and their neighbors. You get the idea. Like Michael, there are literally thousands of people looking to connect to their customers. Most of them are online. And they all have one thing in common. They know nothing about digital marketing. Most of them turn to their Yellow Pages guy and ask them to help them get their business online. The account manager at the Yellow Pages company identifies keywords, ads, audiences, and creates campaigns online. Now, that's okay when you only have to manage a small number of clients. But what happens when you have 100, or 1,000, or 10,000 clients? Enterprise account management solutions are too complex and just don't work for managing local business ads. And managing these accounts manually requires an army of account managers. Imagine doing website creation, keyword research, ad copywriting, conversion optimization, A/B testing, and more for 10,000 clients. That's time. That's where Sokrati for Local comes in. Sokrati for Local is a powerful and easy-to-use tool for Yellow Pages companies to help them get their customers online. Here's how it works. The business owner gets an automated call offering free internet advertising for 30 days. If the owner confirms, an alert is sent to your sales team indicating a fresh lead. Now, all the sales representative needs to do is walk into the business location, help the client onboard himself onto the system. Onboarding a client is simple. All you need is a monthly budget, their business name and location, a website, and their products, services, and promotions. No business website? No problem. Sokrati for Local comes with a handy website creator. Just click a few images of the business, choose a template, and publish online. Now that you have everything in place, with one click, keywords and ads are created, and campaigns go live in just 10 minutes. Now the next time somebody searches for tips on online, they see Michael's ads in the results. As simple as that. In a small business, every cent counts, which is why Sokrati for Local is built for performance, with features like algorithmic optimizations, automated budget caps, and conversion tracking. And that's not all. Also included is a simple lead management system, so your clients never lose a customer again. Your client can choose to respond to inquiries, replay telephone conversations, and track all their important metrics within one simple interface. So ask us about Sokrati for Local today. Sokrati for Local takes away the complexity of managing thousands of local business ads, so you can do what you do best: build relationships with hardworking business owners.
I'm done. Any questions for me? Do you have time? These are my details. Any Any questions?
Very catchy tune.
Yeah.
This is a very cool presentation. I loved it. Just one question. We're pretty print-based still, and even the print advertising, yeah, like 2 days to press time. The clients also always have these huge requirements. I assume that if your program could build something in an hour, it's templated. So how does it cater for all these other requirements? Because it won't be a la carte. In terms of customer services and customer relations.
Right. So most of the online space is about, first of all, having a website in itself, which is actually template based. So it's just basically taking pictures, clicking upon it, and getting the site up and running. But the other side of it is actually keywords and ads. And so right in front of the person, we ask, the platform asks a couple of questions. For example, in the demo you must have seen, it asks about cuisines for the restaurant. So the platform is so simple to use, it asks the right questions and takes in the right keywords and constructs the keywords that should go on Google and Facebook. Sorry, Google, and then take the images and put them on Google and Facebook, etc. So it's literally just a series of data inputs from the client right there and there. And most of the clients still ask for personalized keywords. There's a section out there that they can feed in exactly what they want. So, but it's sometimes very expensive. For example, in India, if you bid on hotels, it's absolutely expensive, just the keyword by itself. So we try to screen them out and lower the costs, but eventually it comes down to a review process once it's live. Did I answer your question?
Okay, why don't we go to the next presentation, and then at the end we'll have some